Hey guys, it has been a while. I haven't been on here since Monday. Like, if you saw the Monday video, like my voice was super like going. Like, I had lost my voice pretty much, and so like today is like the first day it's like actually back. So I was just like, ain't no point in me trying to go come on and try to talk to y'all. And literally, like my voice was just like, ugh. But yeah, so I'm outside. This seemed like a good idea before I started, but like it's really windy over here. It's crazy because like my job, I'm at like there's a park across the street from my job, and my job is like right there. It wasn't even that windy over there, but it's like this whole pavilion thing over here. So it's like makes sense. Like I did a video over here before. I was like, oh, it's not that windy today. It's nice and warm, but over here it's windy. But anyways, so I have a couple things coming up that I'm really like excited about. I have my class. Well, I'm doing. Well, actually, I have two classes. I have a class I'm actually doing like in person. I'm doing like a nutrition workshop. I'm doing it with Extol Ministries. It's actually a nonprofit that my mentor like started, or I guess you could say started. Yeah, she started it, and so she's having me speak with some of her women about nutrition and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then that's last Saturday of the month, I believe. And then and then the last day of the month. So then that Thursday, I'm doing like another mini course talking about like just the cost of being healthy. You hear like, oh, it costs so much to be healthy. Is more well, it's less expensive to be unhealthy, and like because like junk food costs less money and all that kind of stuff. So we're really gonna like look at that and really actually look at the numbers for real. This one got my eyes watering, but so yeah. But I just wanted to come on and talk about just the last couple of days what's been going on with me. It was so awesome, right? So the other day, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget which. I got my water bill. As y'all know, like me and this whole water, like we've been at it all year pretty much. Just from the plumbing issues I was having to like my bills, like my first one bill was like $200, the next one was like $230 or close to it. And so like I've been having like issues with this, and like thought it was fixed the first time and it wasn't. So then the following month my bill was still super high. So I finally got all that squared away, right? And so I got my bill this week and it was like $34. So I was like, phew, finally. Like it's all over. So I'm like really excited about that. That has been like I'm just glad like all that is good. This wind is really hit, like it's really strong. It's like to the point where it's making the laptop move a little bit. But anyways, and so glad about that. So like yeah, just one of those moments where you like I was really trusting God on, really trusting God to not only come through and be faithful, like as far as helping like provide the extra money. Like literally, I didn't have it for real to um like in my budget really to have spend that much more money. Like if I'm used to that spending like $30, and really not even $30. My water bill used to be like $10, $15. So for it to be like $200, like God definitely provided for me. It really got me that the extra money I needed. So I'm really thankful for that. Um and so I told you guys about this Leading and Loving It conference that's like online. It's free. There's an app. I told you guys about it because I learned about it through Heather Lindsay, and she did one of the days. And so I was watching, I think yesterday or the day before. I'm a bit behind, so it's a 14-day conference, and every day they talk about something like it's a new speaker. And so I'm about on. I think I did day 9 today, but I think they're a little bit further than that. But yesterday the lady was talking about Ephesians 4. And so like I'm familiar with Ephesians 4 as far as that's where they start talking about, some are prophets, some are apostles, some are teachers, some are evangelists, some are pastors. That part, that's where they introduced that part of it. But I thought it was interesting, and she brought this up. Well, she didn't even go into that part of it. She talked about literally how, let me quote, I got my notes. Basically, the verse before that, so the beginning of that chapter, like the beginning of the chapter, it talks about like living a life that's worthy of your calling. But it says, live a life worthy of the calling you've received. And so, like, as you guys know, like over the last couple of months, I've been really, since this year for the most part, I've been really honing in on like what's my purpose, like, or more so identity wise. So, like, really being firm in that, really establishing like, who I am, why I was created, And then from there, looking at my worth and looking at, like what God has me to do, what God's called me to do. And I thought it was interesting that, she talked about it. It wasn't not that interesting that she talked about it, but it really resonated with me. And so she was just talking about like, basically, to live a life, like what does that mean to live a life worthy of your calling? And literally they answer it right in the next verse, or same verse, or like if you keep reading, they answer that part. And they just talk about, being humble, being I wrote this down. Hold up. Being humble, having humility, being gentle, being patient, being loving, and to keep unity. And then they talk about, like the other graces that people may be called to. And I thought it was interesting because when I was reading over that passage, after she mentioned it, I looked back at it on, like in my Bible, like that part of it is like right before they talk about the gifts and the grace. And so like, it stuck out to me, like just that placement, like God really wanted us to make sure that we were firm in like who we are and being like walking with like humility. And so walking like this walk with integrity. And so like before you get caught up in like the gifts God has given you, or like the different positions you might hold, he wants you to make sure that he wants to remind us to be humble with it, like to do it with patience, to do it with love. And so that part, having that humility, is more important than the gift, because literally it's that's the thing they tell you about before they even start talking about the graces or the gifts. And so like then reminding me, because kind of like, look, if you look in the Bible, it looks like a quote, like they kind of quote it from somewhere else, and they talk about gifts. And so you can look at that, they're talking about like, or referencing, like the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So, like to prophesy, to have faith, to have wisdom, to have words of knowledge, all of those gifts. And like all those gifts are important. God gives us gifts based off what we can handle or whatever. And so like, but like not to get caught up in it, that you still, like first and foremost, I do everything you do with love, be humble about it, do everything with humility, and how that's still, even like as he, because the thing is like one of the parts it talks about and like is to have like unity. So like making sure that, wherever you do or wherever you like wherever you do, you make sure it doesn't like divide the kingdom basically. And so like that the unity part was kind of like a really big part of that. And so like the thing is like when you come to like the different gifts, like depending on your denomination, some people believe in some gifts, some people don't believe in some gifts. They say, oh, that's only gifts that were like done during that particular time. But like today they don't have those gifts. So like speaking in tongues, depending on your denomination, like they may or may not believe in that, And so like I think God warned us, like as it relates to all these gifts or all these like administrations that you might hold, like that could be something that could easily divide the body, like these small things that, like whether or not they're real or not, or whether or not they exist, or like even how some people might get like a position and now they think they're better than someone else, and like, or they might, like people might rank certain positions higher than other ones. So like usually like people, like if you're a prophet, oh, that's really highly renowned. But like if you're like a teacher, or if you even don't have any type of like actual like position or whatever, then you're not as highly regarded as like other ones. And like how easily if we get too caught up into those things, we could easily like divide the kingdom and divide the body. And God is like literally telling us, okay, keeping first and foremost that everything is to unite everything. Like the whole purpose is for everything and for everyone to be united, not to divide us. And so I thought that was really cool, because like over the last maybe couple of weeks, I would say like I've been getting different words about like the things I'll be able to do like in the future. So prophecy on like, oh, you'll be able to do this, or you're going to do this, or I've seen you doing this and this and this and this. And like, it's super awesome. Like everything, like God has been revealing that, okay, I'm going to use you in these different ways. But then the message from yesterday was just also a reminder, like, okay, you're going to do all these amazing things, but also keep in mind to be humble and to do it with humility and with the love of God. And like the things that they talk about, that they highlight in that passage in like Ephesians 4, are literally like the fruits of the Spirit. So, love, kindness, gentleness, long suffering, self-discipline, all those things. And like your gifts are great and your gifts are really going to help people and advance the kingdom and all that stuff. But if you don't have the fruits of the spirit, like nobody's going to receive from you. And I just thought that was pretty awesome. Like how God literally took the time to like, orchestrate all of this. So where I would like, as I'm being, imparted into, as I'm being confirmed in different areas, that is also this reminder, like, okay, but like, don't get the big head about this. Like this is all great, but like still show those fruits of the spirit. And to do basically everything in love. So that's pretty awesome. And so that's kind of like what's been going on recently, I guess. Some of the things I'm kind of just learning, kind of discovering some of the things that I'm just kind of like looking more into. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I just want to encourage you guys though, like all of this has come about as far as people like confirming different things for me, or like saying that, oh, God, revealed this to them about me, or like all these positionings or whatever has come about just from me being open and feeling willing. Like it's scary, and it's like really scary. A lot of the time it's just like, Lord, I don't know what like the Holy Spirit might ask me to do next, and like a lot of times I am very much fearful of that. And so sometimes I even catch myself trying to block out like the Holy Spirit's voice. But now that I'm aware of it, I've been more conscious of not doing it and like doing things and going out of like my comfort zone and going forth and doing whatever the things he wants me to do, because then like, and just being willing to do it, like even if I never had a title, even if I never had like a particular gift or whatever, just being like that open, like being open to like, God, however you need me to do something, or God, whatever need you have, God, I'll fulfill it, within my abilities, and having that openness, I feel it has opened me up to a lot of things and has allowed me to grow a lot. Then also with that, I've been able to get like more responsibility, I feel like. So I think that's really exciting. So like, I don't know, like sometimes, they say fake it till you make it. Like, no, I don't do that. But like, if you have to do it and do it afraid, that's cool, Don't let the fear stop you from doing it. Because then after a while, it just becomes like second nature. And you'll like, whenever the Holy Spirit tells you to do something, you just automatically like obey it. And then you'll get to do even more stuff. So I think that's really awesome. So yeah, that's all that's going on, I guess, for today. Tomorrow might be super fun, so I might tell you guys about what happens tomorrow. It just depends. Like, I'm just trying to be like open and like available for just like the Holy Spirit. So like, if someone needs something, like I'm just available, like being in expectation of, the Holy Spirit needing me to do something, or God needing me to do something, or God wanting me to be somewhere or whatever. Be sitting in expectation. I just believe that, God's going to have me exactly where I need to be when I need to be there. And then I'm going to have something to tell y'all about. And it's going to be super dope, right? So, yeah. I hope you guys have a great day. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.